What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we got for you corrective exercises part 3. So we posted 2 other corrective exercise videos way back. You guys seem to really like them. So we decided to put out a part 3 with 8 new exercises. Corrective exercises are really important to fix muscular imbalances, prevent injuries, return from injuries, lots of different reasons. So if you're like dealing with, some nags here and there, corrective exercises can really help with that. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. We post new videos every Tuesdays and Thursdays, so make sure you are subscribed to catch all of them. Hope you guys like it. All right guys, exercise number 1, we're going pigeon to hip flexor. So you start off in that pigeon, however you can do it. Some people can't do it very well, myself included. So you're gonna get in that position, and then your back leg, you're gonna drive it through, get into, redo, everybody ignore that. Your back leg, you're gonna drive it through, get into hip flexor, and then push your hips forward, stretching out that back leg. And then you're gonna reset back to pigeon. So I love this one for hip mobility, right? Opening up the hips, being able to drive that back leg forward. Surprisingly takes a lot of hip mobility, get some hip activation in there as well. And then pigeon is just a really great exercise to do. Sticking on the mobility trend, we are doing plank airplane. So you're gonna get in that plank position. You're gonna open up to one side, follow it with your eyes. Try to keep your hips square to the ground. Rotate through that T-spine, right? This is super important. Open up your back, open up your chest. A lot of times we're just sitting all day, right? We're kind of hunched with school, hunched with work on a computer. So it's very important to be able to open up your spine, open up your chest, kind of get everything going. It activates the core as well. So that's a really great option for some upper body correctives. All right, number 3. We are doing 2 exercises here, give you guys 2 options, but we're grouping them into one because it's kind of the same thing. So 3A will be pogos. You see us do this all the time. These are so important for everybody. Building up that foot ankle complex, working on some structural tissue health and strength. People who suffer from tendonitis, right? This is gonna be really important to work on some low level plyos. See if you can strengthen everything up. Obviously be careful, but there's a lot of research that shows the efficacy of doing this for tendonitis and that stuff. So make sure you're building up. You saw double leg pogos, single leg. Make sure you also do, line hops. Those are really great as well. Just building up that whole foot ankle complex. And then 3B is gonna be skips. So nothing crazy, right? No power skips, not for height or distance, but just regular good old fashioned skips where you're just getting your body going, getting a little lofty, a little floopy with it, right? A lot of people, as they get older, they stop doing this type of stuff. And this is one of the simplest, most effective exercises that you can do for your body just to get everything going, get everything contracting. So make sure, even if you think you look goofy, Spencer and I used to skip all the time in commercial gyms, and we're doing just fine. Number 4, we're doing a sled drag. Not gonna lie, I'm a little surprised this wasn't on our previous 2 exercise videos. But sled drag is one of the absolute best corrective exercises in my opinion. It is so great building up your knee strength, working on that corrective exercise for your knees, building up structural tissue, supporting muscles around the knee. So you're gonna kind of sit down as if you're sitting in a chair, right? Keep your back flat, chest nice and tall. Don't hunch over. A lot of people hunch and get their chest really flat, but you're gonna be here, you're gonna be dragging it all the way back. You're gonna go toe to heel, full, nice and slow. Just really work on those knees, building everything up. So this is a great exercise to do. Also, something else that's super great is just plain walking backwards. Even doing like a back pedal for athletes or for anybody, really great. But yeah, if you have some knee problems, you're trying to build up your knees, definitely include a sled drag. This is gonna be a game changer for you guys. Next, we are doing a kettlebell bottoms up press, our ugly construction site in the back. So this is one of my favorite exercises for people trying to strengthen up their shoulders. Also great strengthening up the wrist. So you're gonna hold it bottoms up. You're just gonna drive that thing straight up in the air. Don't scrunch your shoulder, right? Really feel your rotator cuff working, stabilizing. Press it close to your ear as well, right? So you wanna end, sorry, this is very wobbly. you want to end with your bicep in line with your ear, right? Not too far forward. You also don't want your elbow to be flaring out, right? Like, so Spence, on this side, show your elbow flaring.
My hands are getting sweaty.
It's chalk time, baby. Right, so you don't want it really flaring out too much like that. I like to keep it tucked in, keep it here, end it right there. Core stays tight. Don't try to counteract on one side. All right, you're good. So this is, like I said, these are absolutely great for shoulder health, for wrist health, and yeah, highly recommend.
Arm health.
Arms. If you watch Athlete Next, then you're gonna know just how great this next exercise is. So we're doing face pulls. So I like to have my hands kind of externally rotated so my thumbs are out, and you're gonna just pull straight to your face. That was like a herky-jerky thing.
Our cables are a little sticky.
So you're gonna pull straight to your face. You're gonna pinch your shoulder blades together. Don't let your shoulders scrunch, right? You can kind of see his shoulder blades really pinching, slow and controlled on the way out. This is amazing for shoulder health, building up your back. A lot of what we do is pushing in a forward movement. So we will have to make sure that we work on pulling, building up the back. This is also great for your rotator cuff, getting some external rotation in there. You're good, right? A lot of what we do is internal rotation stuff throughout the day. So you want to counteract that, build up the back, build up your shoulders. So face pulls are a great option. Next up, we got Nordic hamstring curls. So one of my favorite exercises. These ones are really great to strengthen up your posterior chain, right? So calves, hamstring, glutes, also the back of your knee. That's a very important part of sports performance training, building up that back part of the knee. So different variations you can do. You can just go down slowly. When you can't anymore, you just kind of release. You can go down as far as you can, hold that for a time. You can go down, come back up. So lots of variations. These ones are really great to include in your workout. So the reason that I had these as a corrective is because a lot of people don't have enough posterior chain strength. So a lot of people who have knee problems, they don't know how to properly put force into their posterior chain. So they're super toe heavy. So I really try to correct that by building up the posterior chain, just reteaching people, you know, how to load up different forces. You want to load it up in the glutes more versus glutes and hamstrings versus the knee. Building up, you know, since it's a middle joint, you want to build up the hips, build up the ankle, kind of take some load off. So if you can't do Nordics, right, if they're too hard, you can just go to a glute hamstring machine and you can just do it there. So lots of different things you can do. You can even do like a barbell or like a hip thrust, a hip bridge, just work on some RDLs, just any type of posterior chain work. I really recommend that for people with knee problems to try to take some of the load off. Last one, we are doing a V-hold with a med ball toss. So abs are really important for everybody to do, strengthening up your core. For people who sit a lot, it's really important to strengthen up your core. A lot of times when we sit, we're kind of here just slumped. We don't have core activation. We feel a lot of it in our low back. So to counteract that with people who have, you know, that slumped posture, who feel it in their low back a lot, I try to really activate the core, take some load off. So this is one of my favorite exercises, V-hold with a med ball toss, because you're sitting, you have to keep your feet up, so you're engaging the lower abs, you're engaging your hip flexors. And a lot of times during the day, as we're sitting in a chair, our hip flexors are turned off, so we're not using them. So this way you get them activated, fired up, keeping your legs up, keep your core nice and tight, keep your body staying tall, so you're working on that extension. And then with the med ball, you have to work on catching it, stability through the shoulders, throwing it back, not letting it take you or twist you, so a lot of stability through this exercise. Boom, baby. Hope you guys enjoy. Bye-bye.